Hi everyone, it's Dragon Warrior again, and today I thought I'd show you my Skylanders collection. Starting with the Air Element, we have Series 1 Whirlwind on Whirlwind. This is pretty good for a Series 1. And we also have Sonic Boom, Series 1. I've had these Skylanders for a long time. The next one is Lightning Rod, Series 1. The next one is one I got from Power Up Gaming last year. Is the one I got from Power Up Gaming last year, which is Series 1 Warnado. I found this guy at Power Up Gaming one year. The next one is a Series 2 Repose, which is Whirlwind. I have Whirlwind. This is a Series 2 Repose. The next Series 2 Repose is Sonic Boom. Found her at Power Up Gaming as well. The next one is Series 3 Lightning Rod. Series 2 Lightning Rod, sorry. Next up is a new core figure introduced in Giants, which is Jetvac. I've had this guy since I got the starter pack in 2013. Pretty cool design, by the way. Next up is Swarm, the air giant. Here's the back of him. Nice design, by the way. Next up is the Swappers. Is the Swap Force Skylanders with Free Ranger. Starting with Free Ranger. I've had this guy ever since my birthday of 2014. And there's Shadow, my cat. Just looking outside, watching the birds. Anyway, this is Free Ranger. Next is the second air swapper, which is Boom Jet. Really unique design. And by the way, pretty perfect too. Perfect, down to the last minute details. Next up is the one that came in the Tower of Time adventure pack, which is Popthorn. If you guys played Skylanders Swap Force, then you'll probably remember Popthorn, as he is the core Skylander introduced in the adventure pack, in the Tower of Time adventure pack. The other core Skylander from Giant Swap Force is Scratch. Pretty nice. Nice in design. Next up is my first Air Trap Master, called Gusto. Oh, Gusto. Pretty unique in design. Next up is the first Air Core Skylander, named Blades. He came in the Nightmare Express adventure pack. If you guys played Skylanders Trap Team and you got the Nightmare Express adventure pack, then you'll probably remember Blades. Sorry if I can't speak. Oh, I also have Light Core Warnado. This is the first version of Warnado I got, and it's a Light Core. It is the Light Core Warnado. Next is Eon's Elite Whirlwind, which I got at eBay which I found at Power Up Gaming a few years ago. Next up is another Air Trapmaster named Thunderbolt. Pretty cool in design. Next up is the second but rarer and hard to find Skylander called Fling Kong. I did buy him on Amazon a few years ago, and he came all the way from the United Kingdom. And he came all the way from the UK just so I can play as him. Now let's head off to the Superchargers era. The first Supercharger I have is Stormblade. One thing to note is I was using the CMU emulator to play destocked and rebalanced of Skylanders Imaginators, where all Skylanders, except for Swappers and Senseis and Imaginators, have been buffed. And if I tried to put a Swap Force Skylander on the portal in Imaginators on the CMU emulator, then the emulator would just crash. Game over, dude. Next up is Hurricane Jetvac. This is a reimagined version of Jetvac, introduced in Superchargers. Skylanders Superchargers introduced 10 brand new characters and 8 returning favorites, all and completely redesigned from the ground up. The next up is the rarest Air Skylander I have, which is Breeze, which is a mini version of Whirlwind. She wasn't as bad as the green Chompy Mage that was sold for like hundreds of dollars or more. That is technically really insane for a Skylander like that. Next up is Petvac. I do remember getting an extra Petvac. I also have an extra Petvac when I need it the most. Whenever I need it. Last up are the Senseis. Skylanders. First up is Airstrike. I got him in the Griffin Park Observatory Adventure Pack. In the Griffin Park Observatory Adventure Pack, it came with Airstrike, an Earth Creation Crystal, and the Adventure Piece itself. This one is Airstrike. I also have the Egg Bomber variant. Which is pretty cool in design too. Next up is my first Air Sensei, which is Wildstorm. If you've played Imaginators version 1.1.0, then you'll probably remember Wildstorm being required for the Cursed Tiki Temple Adventure Pack. You would need Wildstorm to unlock that level. Last up is Bad Juju, a villain, one of the 11 playable villains of the Air Element. One of the 11 playable villains, alongside 10 more, which we'll talk about later on in the upcoming videos. So that's it. That was part 1 of my Skylanders collection. And of all the Skylanders I've had over the years, before I go, let me tell you a story. Ever since I found my mom and I found a $20 bill at Smoke and Gift back in Barrie a few years ago, I I thought I'd try buying a Skylander named Shroom Boom. And ever since, I got the starter pack and I was hooked with the franchise. But it's a shame we haven't seen Skylanders in years. Well, stay tuned for part 2, where we look at my Life Skylanders collection.